Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor, and this is the reading for, obviously, I'm just starting. This is the reading for December 4th through the 11th for the General Collective. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer, those are my children, Teddy and Mona. I offer private readings. I also offer, they can give readings too. I offer private readings. I also offer IET, which is a healing modality. And please visit my website, ripecolor.com. I still have scarves available for purchase, as well as handmade t-shirts. And ask and you shall receive. Isn't that a beautiful message? You know, I get these little mini messages. And so this morning, so I ask every day. I ask every day. And one of my subscribers had sent me a video that I don't know if this is talking out of turn, but Kim at Intuitive View did a little video. I think it was for her members. I'm not really sure because it was unlisted. It was sent to me about basically asking and receiving, like the angelic realm, which is what I do every day, right? So it's really interesting. I know I go on these tangents. I can't help myself. Yeah, I can help myself, but I don't, you know. Look, I don't know how to put this. You know, I've been in therapy for 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 years, like 1,000,000,000,000,000,000. I can't even tell you. So, I mean, I was in therapy when I was in second grade. Uh, you know, I probably have like 30 years of therapy, maybe more, definitely, actually, definitely more. So I really know my issues. I really know how to dig deep. I really know, you know, why I'm like this and why I do that and why I acted like that and why I'm attracting these people and not those people, blah, 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 blah. And then years ago, about, well, more than 10 years ago already, I had already been doing all this spiritual work, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I met this guy. His name is Roger Ansanelli, Ansanelli. And he's the one who taught me the IET, which is the healing modality that I use, one of the ones that I use. And it's really about being in touch with the angelic realm. And basically, it's like, well, you know, I have this and I have that. You know, I have abandonment issues and I have self-esteem issues and all that other, you know, name your poison, you know. Well, you know, and the energy is really like, okay, I'm done with this. Do I know exactly what it is? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe there's a lot of stuff still hidden. I don't know, but I'm giving it to you. You know, it's like you say to the angels, here's a gift for you, right? And I'd like to release this and receive, but in the opposite order. It's very important to do it in the opposite order. I'd like to receive healing, love, um, self-esteem, confidence, a car, a lot of money, whatever it is. You know, there's no, oh, it has to be spiritual. Well, you know, having a new car to get to work is spiritual, or to get around or whatever. And then, so anyway, this is what I do every day. I don't know why I went on this tangent. Ask and you shall receive. So anyway, Kim Intuitive View did one where she had this. I don't want to talk out of turn. She had something that she needed to release, and she asked for the angels to come and heal, and it worked. I do this all the time. I do this all the time when I'm having, you know, crazy thoughts, or you know, I'm judging myself about something I did do or didn't do or should have done, or resentment, anger, fear, anxiety, you know, all the good juicy stuff. It, you know, it's a little bit like I have a problem with the plumbing. I call the plumber. I have a clogged drain. It's not going down. The plumber comes, he does his job, and I give him money, and he's gone, and it's done. Or the electric, or whatever, right? Something that you don't, you can't really do yourself. Like you can paint the wall yourself, right? But it's like when it gets to electricity and plumbing, and maybe construction, it's like I don't really know what I'm doing. So that's what you do. You ask and you receive. That's our birthright. That's our birthright. It's as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. So that's really the message for the collective. Ask and you shall receive, right? So what am I asking for? What am I asking for? So am I specific, am I asking? Or will I just settle for anything? Will I just settle for anything? Oh, well, that's good enough for me. Well, if you could say to the universe, that's good enough for me, then the universe will give you something that's good enough for you instead of something glimmery and glamoury and abundant and full and right. Oh, I don't really like my boyfriend, but he's someone to hang around with. You get what you ask for. You get what you vibrate. You get what you vibrate. That's my little mini message. It's quite a little mini message. It's quite a long mini message, but it's a maxi mini. It's not a midi because I prefer minis or maxis. Midi, it depends on your legs, I guess. If you have good legs, it doesn't really matter, right? If you have good legs, you can wear a maxi, a midi, or a mini. All right. This is for the collective. The 4th through the 11th. Yeah, that's 7 days. Okay. Where we go. Uno, dos, tres. All right, the 5. The 5 is such an interesting card. So the 5 is always a change, right? I got glass jars to make iced tea. I'm so happy. It's just plain mint tea, cold. It could put cloves in it too, or anise. But I haven't found the right spice store yet. But I'll get there. All right. So the 5. So I mean, look, they were in battle together. I think they won the battle. He was sort of in charge. He was tyrannical. They're like, we're done with you. We supported you on this, but I don't think we're coming back. It's a change. So it's like, I'm going to follow my own path. That's part of that. So it's like, you're no longer my guru. You're no longer my leader. I'm my leader. There's part of that going on. It's a switch. And it's also, like this has been left on the battlefield. Like the swords are left on the battlefield. So it's like, come back to fight another day. I've walked away from this for right now. There's this energy of walking away, but it's mind. I'm walking away from a way I used to think or an idea that I used to have. Something has changed. Something has shifted and changed. And there's an energy also sort of tyrant with this guy in a way. But because I always read the cards as it's not like, oh, well, your father's a tyrant in your life, whatever, your boss. Maybe it is. But at the end of the day, I always feel like or you're walking away from the tyranny of your own mind of like, oh, well, this is the way it has to be. And, it has to be organized in this way. It's like, why are you being so tyrannical? Why can't you just be open to change? All right. And then I have this lovely card of perseverance and of giving and receiving, of bringing it into balance, of having one arm open and one arm giving, giving and receiving, receiving and giving. They're really one and the same. And through that, there's a community. Okay. Okay. And then, so maybe this is walking away from, I need to do it on my own. I need to do it my way. I need to win the war. I need to, right? And like maybe it's softer. And then I get the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is really about a shift in perception. I mean, I always say that. I say that about every card. But the Wheel of Fortune is like a clock, right? So it's like that season is over and a new season is beginning. And there's no stopping that cycle of time. And the way I understand the Wheel of Fortune, it's a 10, it's lucky. It's the end because it's 10. So something new is beginning. But it's also something that, because there are four fixed signs here, these are the elements, the four fixed signs. It's really solid, and it's really, in a way, set in stone, in a way, a long-lasting change. And I always understand it as elevation of the soul. There's an elevation of the soul. It's like, now that I've let go of this tyranny and I've decided to ask for help, or to give help, or to involve community with me, and not be on my own, and not maybe be in my own head, right? And maybe inviting new people in, or inviting new energy in, or bringing balance in, which could be the angels, right? Saying, I don't really know how to handle this. I wait to do the videos, and it's like the universe says, okay, well, we're going to make it really noisy in the building. There's no rhythm in this building. I don't understand the rhythm of the building. Oh, usually from 1 to 2 o'clock, there's this noise. It could be 1 to 2, it could be nothing, it could be 3 to 4. It's really weird. Not that I'm complaining. You know what the thing is? These people across the way that play music, it's the worst music you ever heard. Nothing has rhythm, nothing has melody, nothing matches anything. It's really noise. All right. So, maybe that's the switch. It's like inviting help in instead of going on my own, or instead of being so close-minded. And then we get a change in destiny, luck, an evolution of the soul. Boy, oh boy. A complete evolution of the soul. The king is dead. The king is dead. So the king, it's interesting because the king, is in charge, but the king can sometimes be like the king in your head, right? The king in your head, which is like, oh, this is the way I've always organized things, and I'm in charge of everything, and my way or the highway, and I see it the way I see it, and I have to hold on to all the things that I have. And maybe it's good to not be the king sometimes. Maybe it's good to like switch your outfit now and again. It's like, do I have to always be the king in my life? Do I always have to be in charge of everything? Maybe if I allow a way of thinking to die, right, and have been informed by it, then it could be fertilizer for the new thing that's going to grow, which maybe is a sense of giving and receiving, being part of something bigger than myself, asking for help, right? Whether it's from a human or from something other than a human. And the angels work through all of us anyway. The angels just work through all of us. It's just as simple as that. Oh, I had a great idea. Well, it's probably from your higher self and your angels. Chances are, in my opinion. It's just really bad music. I can't. All right. It's in the doing that I love this card. This is like whistle-way work, right? It's in the doing that it's in between the pentacles that he gets the ideas. It's in the physical activity of doing something new, of developing a skill, of working away at something, that it's like, maybe I can make the pentacles out of copper. Wow. Maybe I can make them out of copper. Maybe I can make them bigger. Maybe I'll take them to this and this market. maybe if I did it in a reverse order, I would be more efficient. But it's in the doing and in the physical activity that you get the revelation, that you get the understanding. And the other thing I feel about him is like, this dude is in bliss. This dude is in bliss while he's working. He is blissed out. He is like channeling what he needs to do. You know how when you get into like a physical activity that's sort of monotonous or sort of, I don't want to say monotonous, but you do the same thing over and over and over, you sort of get into the flow of it. You just get into, like, you don't, like after, a mile of riding the bicycle, you're not thinking about riding the bicycle, you're just riding it. Or like after an hour of, that was my example. Because I can go on with the examples. Okay. Self-nurturing, self-healing, fertility, practicality, patience, abundance, nourishment, flow, ease. Ease. This is the card of ease. She's the Empress. Ease. The end of a way of thinking. A new dawn is rising. Second 10. Yeah, this is about you meeting your higher self and being healed through it. This is about, getting quiet and, really going in your heart and saying and feeling, what is it that I need to change? What attitude or what thought pattern needs to be dissolved in order for something new to grow? And how can I receive? What am I vibrating? Am I vibrating giving this cup? Because if I'm vibrating giving, and if I'm vibrating offering the gift of healing, offering the gift of listening, offering the gift of love, of understanding, of compassion, then that's what I receive. But if I'm here, oh, well, I'll back you up on this, but not on that, and you owe me, and there's a lot going on in this card. Like, and that's what I'm gonna get. Right? Strings attached. You owe me. You're the tyrant today. I'll be the tyrant tomorrow. Or a sense of balance, a sense of perseverance, a sense of giving and taking, a sense of whistling while you work, destiny changing, the end of a way of thinking. It's quite a little reading. I'm going to do this and then maybe I'll throw another. Okay. A change in the way of thinking toward being more balanced, your destiny changing. It's time for a new story to begin. Toward practicality, toward maybe some money and security coming your way. Lots of fertility, a little bunny. Whistling while you work, being in the bliss of the process. That's what this is. Being in the bliss of the process. A complete and utter transformation where you no longer recognize the old you, the old tyrant in your head. What you recognize is the sense of abundance and fertility and nourishment and flow, because you've changed, your old way of thinking, it died. It's not, there's no reviving it. There's no reviving here. But what's happened, because you've let go of that, right, and buried it in a way, there's no burial here, but there is, you're healed and become whole through an understanding of yourself and your higher spirit realm. It's really powerful. So, you come to the table with, something that's just not serving you. I've gone to therapy, gone to the doctor, I called my friend, I put money into it, I put time into it, I wrote about it, Okay, great. I humbly ask from the deepest part of my soul to receive love, guidance, clarity, abundance, peace, tranquility, a new car, a new apartment, lovely friends, and I release anything and everything that's not for my highest and greatest good. And I'm giving it to you. You take care of it. Call the plumber. I'll be there Tuesday, 3 o'clock. Great. Okay. Maybe give him a little cup of tea. Does his job. You give him the moolah, and you're done. Muy simple. Try it. Try it. Doesn't work? Try it again. Try it until it works. How's that? Blessings.